Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Demboya, and today in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about what to expect as far as assignments, homework, all that good stuff goes. So we have IXL this year. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with it. I've used it at the previous schools that I've taught at, so it's not new to me, but I do know that it is new to SAIL. So with that being said, we're going to be using IXL this year. What we're going to be doing is we'll take diagnostics, which just kind of tells me where each student is. And this is going to be a lot with reading comprehension, grammar, mechanics, vocabulary, all those little kind of standards. That's going to mean the most. And that's what we're going to use IXL for the most this year. That being said, we will be doing it every Friday. We will spend time in class every Friday just working on skills in IXL. Homework. I've already told many of you that the homework assignment is 20 minutes of reading per day. It does not matter what they read, if it is a graphic novel, comic book, cookbook, Bible, novel, a play, whatever your student is interested in, as long as it's 20 minutes, they will have a reading log they will have to fill out. It will ask them a question about what they've read. It is not just write the name of what you read and then sign off. It will ask you a question about what you've actually read. And that's just to help us practice our skills. And if parents are looking to supplement that, if they want more for their students, there's no requirement. The only thing I require is 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Okay. Weekends are yours. You should be spent not worrying about my class. Okay. If you would like to supplement though, you can always have your student get onto IXL. They have an app as well. So you can get on the computer. You can also download the app and you can have them work on those skills at home if you would like. Okay, again, it's not a requirement because we will do it in class every Friday. And then I know study skills might be doing it. And I also know that math will be using it as well. So I just want to let you know that that is an option for people that are looking to enhance what their students are doing after school. So if you would like to enhance that, aside from the 20 minutes of reading, you can have your student hop on to IXL. So keep that in mind. So that's generally how my homework works. Every now and then they will have homework, which will be to either finish what they didn't complete in class or we'll be working towards a bigger project, things of that nature. But the everyday 100% will always be 20 minutes of reading per day and fill out the log. Okay. Aside from that, assignments, and I kind of briefly touched on this, but for those that didn't get the information, I like to tier my assignments. So if we're covering a concept of theme, I might have 4 different assignments. I'm obviously going to go ahead and assign students which one they're getting based on what I think would work for them. But if a student comes up to me and says, this is so easy, I'm bored, I will give them a different assignment. If a student comes up to me and says, I'm about to cry, this is so frustrating, I don't understand it, I will give them a different assignment. Again, the goal for me in my class is to have your student be challenged and learn how to rise to that, but never feel frustrated. Your student should never be crying in my class. They should never be having panic attacks or anxiety attacks in my class over any kind of work. That's not how I jive, and that's not what I want as the vibe for my classroom. I want students to be challenged and be excited about that challenge. So that is my goal with that. So again, your student might not have the same assignment as their best friend who is also in the same class, but it doesn't mean it's not working on those same concepts. And that's going to change. Sometimes you might do really, really well at a certain concept. And so you might get one assignment where somebody else is doing very, very poorly in that concept, and they have a different assignment that's meant to help them more. And then the next time we move to the next standard, it might flip-flop. So just keep that in mind, that I try to Goldilocks it in my classroom as best as I can. So I don't have students that are just bored and literally counting ceiling tiles because they've done this in 2nd grade. It's too easy for them, or they become a behavior issue because they're bored and they want something to do, right? But again, I also don't want people having meltdowns in the middle class because it's too hard. They're overwhelmed. They don't feel confident in their skills with it. That's not what we're looking for either. I'm looking to find something that fits your student, an assignment that jives with them. So some students like to do PowerPoint presentations. They'll have those options where somebody might say, I hate PowerPoint. Can I just do like a written report? that's fine too. So there'll always be options for your students to pick from, and there'll also always be different leveled activities for them as well. We do a lot of collaboration because it is a lifelong skill that they will use regardless of if they are in the academic realm or in the workforce. I don't like to call it teamwork because even in the workforce, you're not always a team. I like to call it collaboration because even if you don't necessarily like somebody or get along with somebody, you still need to know how to collaborate with them for the best results for something. And that is what I want to push for our students. I know middle school can be very difficult. There's a lot going on. And so I want us to work on how we can collaborate with others, even if we might not necessarily be the best of friends. We need to know how to respect one another and collaborate and work together towards a common goal. So we will have a lot of collaborative opportunities in class. Sometimes there'll be partners, sometimes there'll be small groups. Generally speaking, usually I stick to about groups of 4, and every once in a while we'll bump it to about 8 students. But generally it'll be either pairs or groups of 4. Just because it's easier to manage that way. And when we do collaborative work, we are never going to have somebody do all the work and they end up spreading the wealth, so to speak. So your student will never do all the work and everybody else just kind of gets the exact same grade. Likewise, your student cannot just wait for somebody else in their group to do everything and then hope to get that same grade. When we do collaborative work, everyone will have a specific responsibility, and they will be graded based on that responsibility. So if one person does what they're supposed to do, they'll get a grade. And if somebody else drops the ball and does not do what they're supposed to do, they will get a completely separate grade. Okay. And I will send out information about different activities that we do. I do like to keep parents updated on our assignments as we go through them. I don't like to talk about what we're going to do in the future just because of my experience. I'll say that. And then there happens to be like a fire drill that day or pep rally or half the class is out sick. I like to tell you the day it's happening or as a recap. So, hey, last week we did XYZ, and what we're hoping to do in the next couple days is XYZ. So I do like to keep parents aware of what we are doing in class. Just so that you guys, know what they're doing and be excited for them and with them. I do like to do a lot of projects and a lot of activities. I think it's better and easier to learn when you're having fun and you're not really thinking about it versus just reading out of a textbook forever. So that's what I try to do for my students. So I will let you know about assignments as they come up. Again, IXL, they can sign in through Clever. And I'll also put a link in there for the students in Google Classrooms. They will be using IXL every day as a bell ringer. So I will have a bell ringer set up every day for IXL. So nobody can say they don't understand how it works, they don't know how to do it, because we will literally be doing it every single day, every single class as our bell ringer work. So keep that in mind. If you want to help supplement at home or during the breaks, IXL is great. And then just make sure that your student is reading 20 minutes a day and completing their reading logs. There are different reading logs based on the grade level that they are at. So 6th, 7th, and 8th will all have different reading logs, but all 3 grade levels are still expected to read 20 minutes after school. And again, I don't personally care what it is. It's not a specific thing that we're reading in class. It's anything that grabs their attention, anything that gets them excited about reading. Okay, so that's my goal. And let me know if I can help or if you have any questions along the way. Thanks.